Hello, you're joining us here at World Hydrogen Week in Copenhagen. My name's Sam Ernest, Principal Analyst at S&P Global in our hydrogen research team. I'm joined here by Jimmy Rojas, CEO at Evoloh. Jimmy, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Can you please give us a bit more information and background about Evoloh's role in the hydrogen space?
Thank you very much. At Evoloh, we make electrolyzer stacks for low-cost hydrogen production. We are based in California, where our headquarters are, and the factory is based in Massachusetts. We are a team of about 45 people. We have raised over 42 million, and we are starting a new fundraise right now for the Series B. Specifically, we make electrolyzer stacks. We do not make the full system. We do not sell hydrogen. We do not make the balance of plant for the electrolyzer projects. And the reason for that is quite important. Over 90% of the projects are EPC managed. So engineering, procurement, and construction companies are the ones managing all of these projects, which means that they know how to handle the balance of plant, but not the stacks. And so Evoloh only sells those stacks. At the same time, from an investor point of view, we can be selling hydrogen with a very low gross margin. We can be selling membranes or catalysts with a higher gross margin, but a very small total addressable market. It just happens that in the middle of the value chain, the stacks, you can sell them for very, very low cost, assuming that the cost is even, that the price is even going to decrease more and more over time, and yet maximize your gross margins. So it is what the customer is asking for. It is the most beneficial place to be in the value chain for investors in terms of return on investment. And at the same time, it is what requires the least amount of capital. We do not need to raise hundreds of millions just to build pumps and power electronics, wires and pipes. We only focus on the stack.
Okay, thank you. And yeah, I wanted to move on and ask your opinion on what you see as the most lucrative or the biggest opportunity in the hydrogen space for Evoloh and for your product.
Innovation in this industry has a very academic definition. For many people, it is about the catalyst, about the membrane, about the current density or the voltages. For us, it is about something significantly more impactful and yet lower risk. In other words, manufacturing and supply chains. So our key innovation at Evoloh is on high throughput manufacturing of electrolyzer stacks. We use roll-to-roll manufacturing, which is a very old, very mature technique used in many industries, from the solar industry to the printing industry, to the battery industry. And we are using exactly the same machines to make electrolyzer stacks. So again, the risk is very low, and these are very, very low cost systems. At the same time, we innovate on the supply chain. We use 100% domestic supply chains. So we make our stacks in America right now with American materials. We will make stacks in Europe in the coming years with European supply chains, and so on and so forth. So this is a way for us to minimize risk in the long term by avoiding the issues with geopolitics.
Okay, thank you. And just for maybe those out there who aren't as familiar with the technology that you're producing, the stack technology you're producing, could you give us a very quick overview of what that technology is?
Yes, so we use an AEM technology, an ion exchange membrane electrolysis. What that means is the following. Alkaline electrolysis has been around for about 100 years or more, and they are low cost, have great performance, etc. But they are very inconvenient. They are enormous systems that require corrosive liquids and really, really struggle to load follow. We take the good things from alkaline, not the bad things. And we did the same with PEM. PEM is a beautiful technology. It is very compact. It performs really well. It can load follow, etc. So we're taking those good things. but not the bad things. We do not use iridium or gold or ruthenium or titanium. So our AEM electrolyzer, if I do not tell you what it is, you might think it is a very, very low-cost PEM. The balance of plant is almost identical. We only use water. We do not even flow water at the cathode, so you can pressurize the hydrogen. It is the best of both worlds.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, really insightful. Obviously, your technology is going to be really beneficial and you've spoken about lowering stack costs, but of course a hydrogen project isn't just the stack. Can lowering stack costs significantly reduce the cost of producing hydrogen enough to help the industry really take off and grow?
It is not enough. And this is the issue. If I give you completely free electrolyzer stacks today from one of the major OEMs out there are multiple of them, they're all very famous, your hydrogen is still too expensive, and I gave you the stacks for free. The issue is not just that the balance of plant is also extremely expensive, but many of these components are custom made. They have really long lead times. But even if we address that issue as well, the operating expenses are still very high. So this is what we do at Evoloh. We designed the electrolyzer stack with the integrator in mind. We went to power electronics companies, pump companies, heat exchanger companies, and they told us what they would love to use in the hydrogen space. Not what it is used today, what they would love to use. That means low-cost equipment. That means equipment that is off the shelf and easy to access. We designed a stack for them. So right now, even though Evoloh only sells stacks, if you use our stack, your balance of plant is going to be significantly lower cost. The question becomes, is that enough? And the answer is still no. And so the next step is, can you do load following? And the reason why that is so important is that accessing the grid right now takes years because of artificial intelligence and many other industries like that. You really want to not touch the grid, do completely behind the meter projects, and so our stacks are fully optimized for that type of application. So our factory, as I said earlier, is significantly lower cost. Our stack is significantly lower cost. The balance of plant, even though we don't make it, is significantly lower cost. And then on top of that, you can operate behind the meter, for example, next to a solar farm, connecting directly to the solar array, and minimize costs there as well. That is the type of very comprehensive approach to actually reduce the cost of hydrogen.
Okay, thank you. So yeah, really reducing costs and optimizing across the entire system.
That is exactly right.
Okay, thank you very much. And maybe one final question about World Hydrogen Week and the event that we're having here so far. What maybe are some of the most interesting things or one of the most interesting things that you've seen so far today?
The mix of developers, suppliers, OEMs, EPCs, and integrators is pretty fascinating. Everybody's here, we're all talking to each other, and it is a pretty special place to be and one of the largest events in the hydrogen space. This is wonderful.
Thank you very much. Appreciate the time.